Let's move on to business news. Kate Moody, our business editor, is here. Kate, the big oil bonanza keeps on coming with more record profits from the oil giants.
Yeah, France's Total and Norway's Equinor rounding out a week of unprecedented earnings. Throughout, energy giants have been facing criticism for their carbon footprint and for reaping the rewards of high energy prices that have left many households and businesses struggling. Karis Garland reports.
2022 was a tough year for households and businesses, but for oil and gas giants, it was their most successful period yet. The five companies known as Big Oil raked in a combined $179.3 billion in net profits last year after energy prices soared due to Russia's war in Ukraine. France's TotalEnergies became the latest to announce record earnings on Wednesday, making $20.5 billion in net profit. It's prompted outrage from environmental activists who sprayed paint on Total headquarters in Paris.
Our duty is to show it's unacceptable to have a company that makes so much profit, that does so much harm to the planet, and that goes unpunished.
The companies have used their bumper earnings to reward shareholders with higher buybacks and dividends, though Total also participated in a fuel price reduction scheme last year. On Wednesday, CEO Patrick Pouyanné told Le Parisien newspaper that such measures would be a better use of money than a one-off windfall tax, a suggestion welcomed by the French government.
We hope, obviously, that a rebate or all efforts can be made to reduce the cost of fuel for the French people.
Meanwhile, Norwegian energy giant Equinor also posted record annual profits on Wednesday, raking in $28.7 billion. The majority state-owned company became Europe's largest supplier of natural gas last year after Russia cut off deliveries.
Moving on to some of the day's other business headlines. Shares of Société Générale dropped 5% in Paris as it announced a 64% slide in its annual profits. The French bank also downgraded its forecast for the coming year, saying it expects to lose more money in bad loans as customers may struggle to pay their debts. The world's second biggest shipping company is warning of a slowdown in global trade. Maersk said that it expects its own profits to plunge from a record $31 billion last year to between $2 and $5 billion this year. The Danish giant said the pandemic boom is fading, and with warehouses and inventories full, demand for shipping containers is weakening. And Nigeria's top court has suspended a Friday deadline for new banknotes to be brought into circulation. There have been chaotic scenes at banks and ATMs as customers trying to switch out their old currency complain of cash shortages. The Supreme Court said it would hear a challenge from 3 states who argue the swap is causing hardship ahead of general elections later this month. The biggest tech merger on record could be blocked after British regulators raised concerns about it. The Competition and Markets Authority said consumers could face higher prices and fewer choices if Microsoft is allowed to go ahead with its $75 billion takeover of the video game maker Activision Blizzard. Regulators said it could be cleared if the blockbuster Call of Duty franchise is sold off. That's a move that would make the deal far less lucrative. The acquisition is also facing scrutiny in the European Union and United States. The artificial intelligence battle is heating up. On Wednesday, Chinese tech giant Alibaba said it was developing a tool similar to ChatGPT, while Google said it would begin rolling out AI for maps in several cities very soon. Earlier this week, Google unveiled its own chatbot called Bard, while Microsoft launched a preview of how ChatGPT could change its own search engine. Solange Mougin has more.
It's an AI race that's reinvigorating the tech world. On Tuesday, Microsoft announced it's integrating artificial intelligence into its search engine Bing and its internet browser Edge.
I think that this technology is going to reshape pretty much every software category. The web was born on the PC and the server, and then it evolved with mobile and cloud. And now the question is, how is AI going to reshape the web?
Since its first billion-dollar investment in 2019 in OpenAI, which is the maker of ChatGPT, Microsoft has invested billions more in the startup, hoping to get a head start over other companies. The tech giant's aim is to become number one in search and AI integration by making search requests more conversational. But Microsoft still has a steep hill to climb when it comes to eating away at Google's dominance. Bing only accounts for 3% of global searches, and it makes some $3 billion from ad revenue from search and news, while Google Search has some 93% of the market and gathers a revenue of over $42 billion. For Microsoft, every percentage point gained could bring in $2 billion in revenue. So the investment and the reputational risk of integrating AI could quickly become profitable. But Google, too, is in the race. Following the viral success of ChatGPT after its launch last November, Google announced on Monday that it, too, has a rival called Bard in the works, a launch quickly checkmated by Microsoft's Tuesday announcement.
That's all for now, Tom.
Thank you very much indeed. Our business editor, Kate Moody. Thank you so much.